Right, welcome everybody. We're a minute or so early. Mac, Rab, I don't know if anybody else has joined us. Welcome, guys. Nope, looks like it's just us.
Right.
Okay. Right, so in the title it said we're going to fly X-plane, but you can see it's loading FS 2020. I'm fiddling a little bit and I ran out of time, so I'm just going to show you what I'm fiddling with. I actually just sent Magnus a little apologies and a question regarding this new xEnviro for 2020. So I really just want to quickly have a look, see if I do it differently to what I expected in the beginning, if it makes any difference. I do have X-plane running in the background as well, believe it or not. I'll show you when we switch over. It is
Wow.
there. Yeah, I'm running both at the same time. So the aim of what I was fiddling with is with xEnviro. So I just want to quickly share the screen, display capture. So you'll see here at the bottom, there's the xEnviro icon, and it is on. Okay, so let's do this. Everything is a bit slow. I think I'm pushing the poor potato PC to its limits now. Sorry, guys. So
And your graphics card.
yeah, everything is getting pushed now. So there you go. That is then according to my calculation, and we can switch it off and just make sure. I don't see that it released anything. So if we go to the weather over here, you can see we're not running real time and we're using a weather preset called Clear Skies. We're not using live weather. So I want to do something dramatic. You can see that the xEnviro kicks in. So there we go. There's one preset. Now we're going to put that one, and then we just want to give xEnviro like a minute or so just to update and do its thing. Let's see. Weather briefing. Still updating. There we go. All right, so there you have it. So that's the little tool you get with to check your meters and stuff. And don't forget it's not explained, so I need to use my arrows. And this is what it looks like in 2020.
That's gone back to real weather, isn't it?
Well, it includes its real weather engine, Mac. So it's not real weather in the sim, it's the real weather from xEnviro that's on.
With you, okay. Yeah.
So those are my settings. If you guys are interested, I'll leave it up for a minute or two. Maybe not that long, a few seconds. We shouldn't need too much. You can always take a screenshot, right? So let's put that away. So anyway, this is what it looks like. Since yesterday, me and Armand have been tinkering on the scenery settings. I've removed all the static airliners that were here that was wasting time and space. I found the folder in the FSDG scenery where you can pick up on the new BGL file and just copy it over, overwrite the other one, and the statics die. There's a lot of scenery there towards Cape Town itself, and that's why we get that one stutter. And then the other thing is also my rolling cache stopped working completely. I cannot get it to reactivate. I don't know if there's a server problem or what on earth it is, but I can't get the rolling cache to work. And what I found is if the rolling cache is operating and it obviously downloads these tiles and the relevant scenery, the stutters are even less. But even though we've got stutters, the FPS is not as bad as yesterday. It just takes time to read everything in, and it just means I still need a new PC. We'll get there. Right, so anyway, that is just something I was toying with, and I ran out of time before the stream started, so I figured I might as well show you guys.
Nice.
Yeah, so let's close that, get rid of that. This background picture of mine was xAfrica this morning at London Stansted. This was one of the first pictures I took. Well, we might have picked up a memory leak or something now in X-Plane. Look at the FPS. Oh, you can't see it. Hang on. It's trying to recover. Yes, it's trying to recover. There we go. 30 FPS. So this is X-Plane 11, also with xAfrica. This is the xAfrica 1.17, and it's got a totally different look and feel to it than what the other one had. So I just want to switch it off and back on and make sure it updates. xAfrica on. It's going to take a wee while to just quickly draw everything. Come on. Oh yeah, by the way, this isn't real time. If you know the clocks and the stuff here in South Africa, it's after 8 p.m. It's dark already. Right, so it's obviously updated. This time it's not even drawing clouds. Don't know why. You can always read it. Oh, there's the clouds. There they come. So weather briefing nearest. There you go. You can also see some kind of a meteor, and this is now the X-Plane depiction. So slightly different. Me and Uncle John did a test earlier, guys, and we went to FAOR and we were both running X-Plane 11, and you won't believe it, the depiction was almost identical. It was like 90% the same, or maybe even more. Literally, the clouds were in the same place with xAfrica. It was really well done. It was very well synchronized, if I can put it that way. So we were happy with that. Anyway, okay, so we're back to reality. I am live on Ivaya. If you guys want to join me, or if you just want to talk nonsense, you're always welcome, whichever way you want to go. Now, let's see. Why is WebEye not working? It was working just now. Our WebEye is completely bombed out now. Who's looking for me now this time of night? My ping going crazy there. There we go. There's WebEye. It just took a little while to come back on. There you can see it's working. Just popped up. Right, so I'm down there. We're going to fly up there. It's 2 hour 10 minute block time in total, so we better get our backside going. Edge can go off. Let's do this. Right, we're taking off from runway 19 this time. We're going to go out over False Bay, over the ocean, and then turn to our left.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Thank you, sir. There you go. Here's the flight plan again. Let's get these guys on board. Right. Go back there and start reading a little bit. So we have a payload, full house, 19.6. I better check if this still set correctly. Yes. Did you see some Airbus had a crash in China today, Mac?
No, I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah, tell you now.
Hang on, go and have a look, see if it's reported.
Well, it's all over our Fly
No,
Africa group, so
I'm just going to go to AV Herald.
yeah, it's a Korean A330 in Cebu International.
330?
A330.
Ouch. 330 or 350?
330.
Ouch. That's a big aircraft.
Yeah, there's some photos and stuff here as well.
We go and have a look.
And there was a Dash 8 a day or two ago here in Africa that went off the runway. Nobody died, it seems. I didn't really read, but everybody seemed to just get off and walk away. Relax. Good evening. Welcome.
It overran the runway. Oh, got you. Oh, so it was on the ground.
Yeah, I didn't read also. I just see the pictures. It's lying there and it's covered. And
A Korean airline Airbus from South Korea to the Philippines had gone around at low height twice following approaches to the runway, climbed back to 5,000 feet, entered a hold and landed on Seabird's runway 22 about 55 minutes after the first and 42 minutes after the second ground. The aircraft crossed the runway end at about 80 knots over the ground and came to a stop 1,200 feet past the runway end.
yeah, interesting.
Collapsed the nose. No, doesn't look like there will be any fatalities.
No.
Brilliant. That sounds like it's either a weather or a brakes problem as well.
Mm.
But if they'd done 2 go-arounds and waited an hour, I wonder how much...
They didn't have much fuel left as well, yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah.
There was another A320 I saw in the last 2-3 days as well. It landed with 220 kilograms of fuel left. I think those crew guys were in big trouble. Eh?
What was that? Where was that?
I'll have to look it up again. I don't know. I can't say.
Okay.
Some Airbus somewhere. He landed with 220 kilograms and everybody was going, oh!
Rwanda D3.
Yeah, that's the other one that I told you.
Overran runway on landing.
Yeah, there were some videos of the people disembarking it and so I figured it wasn't too much of a hassle.
That was 737 at Kansas City. Southwest one. Fuel filter problem.
Hey.
That was in Colombia. It was a Airbus 200. Landed with just 200 kilograms of fuel remaining.
Yep.
A320-200.
Dangerous. Very dangerous.
Wow, it had diverted from its first airport, then diverted from its diversion, and was at its third airfield when it landed.
Wow. Interesting, eh?
Yeah, weather-related reasons for the diversions at both airfields.
Mm-hmm. It reminds me of the video that Mentor Pilot did about that one flying to India. There was an aircraft flying to India as well. They did 7 or 9 go-arounds And eventually they had to also put it down with, I think, 300 kilograms of fuel left.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was because the ATC lied. The authorities lied about the weather. That was one of the big wars about it. Hallo Jan. Welkom. Right, we're getting there. We're almost ready.
That
Right,
one
right,
that
fuel is always
overran
well,
the
and you're
run,
good to go.
that Dash 8 one, Nika.
Yeah.
The aircraft sustained minor, if any, damage.
Yeah.
There's a beautiful photograph of it in Aviation Herald.
I've seen photos, videos, everything. Yeah. Very nice.
Okay.
Back.
Ready for pre-flight procedure. Trim up.
Yeah, that's good timing. There's the iris alignment as well. Right. Before start procedure.
Captain has travel fasten seatbelt sign requested all
Before start
passengers.
procedure.
At this time, please fasten your seatbelt.
Before start procedure complete. Ready for before start checklist.
Ground to cockpit. Toes driving up.
Hello, Neil. I'm doing great, thank you. Just had to get one last fix before the week starts, so I'm gonna fly once quickly. Have done to Joburg.
Okay. All doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect. Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Yes, Jan, I'm on a real weather. I'm using xEnviro. Let's go have a look, see what it looks like. This is real weather via xEnviro.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine.
Absolutely, Scotsman.
First, please fasten your seatbelt. To fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal
How's it,
pin into the
Hakan?
buckle.
No, I'm Nico.
Loose end of the strap to tight. To open, lift up on the buckle.
We recommend you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times, as turbulence can occur unexpectedly.
As we
25
prepare to
and
take
2.
off, please be sure your seat back, tray table are up, and carry-on baggage is under a seat.
Smoking is not allowed at any time.
Anyway, while we're waiting, let me just zoom out a little bit. We were talking yesterday about orthos in X-plane versus the photo stuff in 2020. So this is what the orthos look
Starter
like.
cutout.
I've got my graphic setting at max because over here there's not much taking it up. So with xAfrica, you can see everything is quite nice and dense. These are what we call the flats because it's flat. And this is what the X-plane environment looks like compared to the 2020 environment. Excellent, Jan. We'll have a look out for that. Start number 1 engine.
Starting number 1 engine.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Silly question. I presume you can, but I never asked. You can hear the pushback when he talks to me because I'm actually playing it via my
25 and 2.
headset. I suppose you
Flaps
can hear
5
it.
set.
Hello, Christer. All good. And you?
Ready for before taxi procedure. Starter cutout. Engine start procedure complete.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a lekker flight.
Alright, controllers check, flaps, everything is set. Let's go. Robert. Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure.
I have all the simulators, Jan. This flight is done specifically on request and because of what
Before
we
takeoff
spoke about
procedure
yesterday.
complete.
So I'm doing this in Explain 11
Ready
so
for
that
before takeoff checklist.
that I can get my orthos showing, so we can show the guys the difference between the orthos in XP and what we saw in FS 2020 yesterday. I have not ventured into putting orthos into my Explain 12 because it's not designed for it, you know, so I'm holding off a little bit on that one. But obviously I have Explain 12 as well, so I mostly fly Explain 12 at this point in time, and in the next couple of days when Zibo's ready, we're going to test like mad when he brings out all the new systems and stuff. And for the guys that are members of my channel, I'll put some video up for you, some exclusive stuff, if Zibo will allow me the time to do that, you know, so that you guys can see a little bit again behind the scenes and so on, other than just what you see here. So yeah, that's all going to happen in Explain 12 and 11 because the enhancements goes to both. So some of us will sometimes fly 11, some will fly 12, and we have to report back and do the testing and stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting
times ahead.
Yeah, you're going to work a bit, Mac.
Well, it's been a bit stagnant for a while, so...
Yeah. Hakan, a reasonable question. What do you mean headwind product? I'm sorry, I missed that completely. I was not concentrating. What are you talking about? Because now I don't know how to answer you. I have no idea what a headwind product is. Is it like, is that the developer's name? Is it the aircraft? Is it scenery? What on earth are we talking? Right, I'm going to line up and get going.
Approaching 19.
Oh, I've just reread what you said. You say Jan is asking a reasonable question. I just answered him, okay? Okay. I've always had all the simulators, and when P3D version 6 come out, I'll probably buy that as well, just to see what it's like. Right now, obviously everybody seems to have abandoned P3D, so it will be quite interesting to see who remains and what will work and what won't work and all these kind of things, you know. So I'm not going to hastily go into that purchase, but I'm curious, you know. It's because I'm a flight sim guy. I like to know what's happening. The only one I don't have is like DCS. I had it a few times, then I deleted, not really into that. And then FS... what's it? FS Fly, FS2, FS5, I don't know, there's some other FS something, I don't know what on earth you even call it. Oh, and the other one that's like a big no-no for me, which name I can't even remember right now. There's this one free product, I just keep them. I'm talking now basic mainstream stuff, you know, so let's go.
Stabilized.
Toga.
Takeoff thrust set.
The meter was talking like a 20 knot wind. We'll have to see if it's still there. We don't know.
Throttle hold.
Flight gear. Yeah, that's the one. I had it once and then I couldn't even get it going. I was too stupid for that one. There you go, 15 knot wind now. Fortunately, it's from the front.
V1. Rotate.
Fly, yes, that's the one. I think it's the one.
Positive rate.
See, I've never looked at those ones, but yeah, it's one of those. I don't know. I actually haven't spoken to anyone, or they haven't told me, that I know of that uses those other simulators. The only additional simulator I know people that
Acceleration altitude.
are willing to talk to me about is just DCS, because the guys seem to love it. But like I said, it's not for me. Thank you, T7 driver and Column. You saved me there. Okay. Okay. Right, so here we go. These are the autos and the accompanying scenery for X-Plane.
Flaps upset.
It all depends on the scenery, Robert. In 2020, I don't have any gauge to tell me what my FPS is, so I go on the smoothness that it operates with. And apart from this Cape Town scenery and the Joburg scenery that are both FPS hogs in my system at least, I fly all over the place, or have flown in many places at least, and I don't see a difference in frame rates or smoothness, let me put it rather that way, because I can't gauge it. I don't know what my FPS is in 2020. The smoothness doesn't change. It was literally yesterday during that flight from Joburg to Cape Town where it was harsh in the beginning and absolutely horrible at the end. So you can't say it's the aircraft. That was more related to scenery, and I think that's in general the basics of frames. It depends on where you fly. If you fly in a place like this where you can actually bump up your settings, I'll show you quickly. Look at my graphic settings. I mean, I've gone to maximum number of world objects. I can't do that when I fly in the UK, for instance. It will kill my system. I'll get like 5 frames. But yeah, it's easy to do that. So it's a difficult question to answer.
Transition altitude.
Now this bay over here is called False Bay. If you guys are into sharks, that name will ring a bell. This is where you get all the great whites, where they do the cage diving and all the National Geographic videos are made. Yeah, this whole piece of sea over here is called False Bay. That's Cape Point over there. That's Gordon's Bay over there.
Flight level 100. Landing lights switches off.
Are you disco?
No, sir.
How are you, sir, today? Is everything fine there?
Everything is fine, sir, apart from the fact that I think we're taking a bit of a detour. I scrolled through it, but I swear I must have made a mistake.
Why did you make a mistake?
No, I'm checking it now.
If you don't see dead people, there is no problem.
No, it's just the way it's depicted over here. It looks weird on the screen, that's all. Hudson King, hello. I have absolutely no idea. I don't have one of those side sticks. I've usually just gone to Facebook and asked the guys to help me because honestly I don't know. I have no idea how that thing works. Jaws. Do 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 do.
Just I stopped by to say hello, Nico. Have a good flight.
Thank you, Arkan. You must have a good evening.
You too, I'm a little bit sick. I need to sleep earlier.
Okay, alright.
Bye.
Bye bye. I have the Thrustmaster T-Rudder. Show you quickly. This is what I have for my pedals. The Bravo is obviously, where's a better picture? There you go. This is the throttles, and then I've got the Alpha yoke. I don't think there's a better picture of this one. It's just all broken pictures. But I've got the Alpha, the Bravo, and the T-Rudder. I have a sneaky suspicion that this departure is actually for the heavies. You know, the A380s and the 747s. We could have turned a long time ago. Next time I'll take the shorter one. Because they give you two options, so... Anyway, now I know. I'm about to turn. It's okay. I'm basically on the turn. Look there. It's a matter of time. It'll turn now. T7 driver, Pilot Sasso here with us has got one, and he's over the moon with it. He loves that Boeing yoke, you know, because it looks and feels like the one he uses in the real world. So if you have more questions, come to Discord, drop him a note or something, he'll tell you. And as far as I know, Flight Deck Sim uses the same, so the guys are quite happy with it, it seems. I can't fault it. Good idea, Krister. Look, I don't really have a stability problem. My problem is basically the weather needs a bit of help. It is causing a bit of a problem sometime, and then that flickering. Other than that, I'm quite happy with 12, hey?
Hey, good evening.
Hello, Owen.
Good evening, Owen.
I did my first IVO event yesterday.
Okay.
It was very busy. Cancun to Mexico.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, it was very busy. So I was flying the Phoenix for a while. 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know how many flights, but I'm back in the X-plane again. I need to land normal, you know. It's a big difference between 2020 and the X-plane. It acts so strange at the end, and near touchdown, it's as if it suddenly changes to a skelter or something.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm on the U11 beta stuff, so I don't know what's happening on the other ones. I'll probably get off the beta bandwagon at the end of the U11 beta testing. Then I'll be able to talk with you, because not now. Mine obviously operates different to yours right now.
Oh, you mean in X-plane 12?
No, 2020.
Oh, in 2020, yeah, 2020. Yeah.
Hello, Thunder, and welcome, sir.
You were on a different version in MS 2020, did you say that?
Yeah, I'm on the U11 beta. Unless you opted in for the beta testing, then you won't be on it, then you're going to be on U10. So it
No.
it will handle differently. What we found so far, and they've done a few updates already. It's kind of better now, but we had like stupid wing stalls and things when you are on approach, and all kinds of weird things in U11 in the beginning. It was freaky.
Yeah. I mean, the Phoenix is a nice plane to fly, but only on that approach and landing. It's so.
Did you do all the
so
updates?
difficult.
Are you on the latest? Because they've updated
Yeah,
a few
yeah.
times.
Yeah.
That's just the systems on the Airbus that use it. It's called flare law,
Yeah.
which makes it different for the Boeing for landing.
Yeah, I know. You need to push. You need to pull on that stick a few times hard.
You notice the nose dip. You've got to catch it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I noticed that, and I know what to do. But yeah, it's not feeling realistic. That's what I mean.
Exactly.
It's supposed to be that there's a new update coming out for it, and it's supposed to improve it.
Yeah.
The update was supposed to be out last week, but been delayed.
Anyway, it's always the case. If I need to feel that, have that feeling again, I need to come back to that explain.
That's why I try and keep all the simulators. Well, the mainstream ones, let's be clear on that. All the... Because you never know, one day one works, one day doesn't, the other one doesn't work, and then you need an escape.
Yeah, it's only really for that scenery in MS 2020. Yeah, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Because I'm flying in South America now. Yeah, that's incredible. How nice that is.
Nice. Well, I've got autos for most of the nice places on Earth. That's also why
Yeah,
I'm flying
you've
my
got-
11 right now, because then I can show the guys the autos.
Yeah, you've got a lot of autos. Yeah, you remember my turning in? I came in the 2020 and in 2020, and I saw that video of MS 2020, and I thought, well, that's a nice thing to do again, flight simming. So I started it, and in 3 weeks' time I was on X-plane.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens sometimes.
But I thought in 2 years' time it would be as far as X-plane, but it's not.
Depends on who you speak to. In the last, I would say, from 7 a.m. this morning, I've been reading a lot on Facebook, and especially regarding this xEnviro and the guys, putting it out for 2020 now as well. And I don't know the right English word for it, so I don't want to use a swear word, but the animosity, the anger, and it's all based upon lack of knowledge, zero comprehension. It's an ego trip, keyboard warriors talking nonsense.
Yep.
And if you start analyzing what they say, you realize they're talking out of an absolute bias. They're not talking fact. They have got no substance in anything what they say, but they like to just spit this venom.
Yeah.
And
I know what you mean. Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah, it's strange.
It's very strange. It's very strange. It's like politics and religion. Once you believe something, it all depends then on how you handle it further. But most people just can't handle anything other than what they believe. It's just impossible for them. And they don't want to fact check, they don't want to check, they don't want to make sure, they just go one way.
Yeah, strange. Yeah, it's only there can only be one reason to fly that MS 2020, and that's the nice scenery and not no need to buy and to organize scenery and in explain, because
Well,
that's of course extra work, huh?
yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Christer.
When you have the hang of it, it's easy. It's very easy,
Yeah.
But you need to get the hang of it first.
Yeah. In terms of the way I simulate, the depths I go to, the lengths I go to, vitriolic, yes, that's it. Yes. So the lengths that I go to, the way I simulate, I mean, I handle 2020 just as I do explain. So I've also got something similar to the X-Organizer, where I organize my scenery. I've taken full control of it, and I can switch sceneries on and off with a click of a button without the thing running, and I can manipulate it almost the same now as explain, but I don't know it as well as explain yet. I'm still learning it, so I'm slowly getting into it. But there's a lot you can do with 2020 that I think most flight simulators just don't even know about, man. And maybe they don't care. They just want to get in and have the illusion of flight. That's all they want. They don't want to really simulate procedures or anything else. It's just a nice escape, living a dream. Whereas guys like us, who want to actually simulate procedures and operations and stuff, and dealing with the real pilots and helping them with their training, that puts us in a bit of a different league.
Yeah, same.
That's where I come back to saying that 2020, the GUI is an absolute mess.
Yeah, that's
it's not intuitive at all.
It takes a while to get used to it.
Yeah, it does.
Mac, but you say that. Just yesterday, last night, when I couldn't sleep, I was reading people complaining about how difficult it is to set up explain. Because everybody's so used to the glitz and glamour and the little fancy buttons and stuff now, that when you give them something as basic as explain, it's difficult.
I think it's a generation thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I can go back to when late in life when I was working, and I was working with the new FAOR control systems in tanks, and the young soldiers these days grew up with Xbox and the controls and that are used in Xbox, and the control systems are much more the same as like 2020 or things like that, using Xbox controller idea rather than the methods that we were used to.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah. So the generational thing is real. You're right. You're very right. Yeah. But I mean, coming back to explain and the whole flight sim story, there's also jar design. I've known Andre and Evgeny for many years, and if you look at the vitriol, I think that's the right pronunciation of this version of the word, the snake poison that people speak about jar design, and then when you start speaking with them, you realize that they, as the user, never updated what they bought. And because the updates don't run through the org store, people just think, oh, it's rubbish because they're using a product that was released 10 years ago. They never went to the forum, they never updated it. And you know what? I've had the pleasure many times now of saying it to people, and a handful of guys have actually come back and said to me, oh, we didn't know this, thank you so much, now we're happy. And it comes down again to people are lazy, they don't want to read, they don't want to get into it.
That's the problem.
That's
the problem.
They just want to believe what they believe, and they will kill you for their belief. And it doesn't matter how much effort you put in to try and help them. If they don't want to read, they don't want to read, and if they don't want help, they don't want help. And it's a heartache, man. It's hard so.
It is.
And then you get this Zibo story. I mean, we work our asses off, not to be funny, okay? Hope that's allowed to say that on this channel. We work ourselves stupid. It's for free. We give our time hours and hours and hours a day for free to make this aircraft, to help Zibo to put it into this position. And then you go read on Facebook and the guys complain and complain and complain.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I think to myself, just shut up, walk away, just don't go there.
Yeah. Very
I think
true.
it's one of the wisest decisions, Zibo, if you're watching, it was the wisest decision you ever made not to open a Facebook account. Don't go there. Don't go there.
Oh no, I don't have a Facebook account as well. Yeah, I have one, only for special occasions.
Yeah. The other day, another guy said to me, it is the most shit thing that I can say to anybody is to ask them to read my install guide. I think to myself, really? Huh?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Weird, man. People are weird. Anyway, for everybody that enjoys it, we do work ourselves stupid, but it's obviously our hobby and we love sharing it with you guys. So if you enjoy it, then we're happy.
Yeah.
It's easy as that. Great stuff, Jan. And it's not done by a long shot. I think it's going to take another 5 years to complete at least. Every time we get together, what about this? What about that? When are we going to add this? What about this? And then Zibo goes again. Anyway, I don't have authors all the way to Joburg, so I think while we still have some, let's just have a look on the outside. Tell me if the engine noise is too much. I can cut it a bit, maybe I must. Anyway, something like that just to make it more comfortable. At least, I mean, if you compare this video now to what we had, you'll see from this distance, there's no difference between this author and what you have in 2020. It's the same picture, it's the same feeling, it's the same everything. It's only when you get down low where the Black Shark AI kind of kicks the X-Plane butt. But other than that, I mean, and I don't want to be funny, I think this is Bing background anyway, so it's exactly the same imaging used by 2020. It's literally, the difference comes in with that overlay, with that AI, that's all. Yeah, true, Christer, and they're still working on it. They're playing a bit of catch up every time something changes. So when everything settles, they'll stop. But right now they're chasing their tails a little bit, Zibo and Twixter, to make sure that they keep on it. Yesterday when I was flying, I noticed that the aircraft was struggling to keep the speed, sometimes too much, sometimes too low. The ILS is definitely a problem, but Zibo said he'll fix that. The winds and stuff, sometimes during that final approach phase, that last 10 nautical miles is horrific in 12. And then the ILS system in the Zibo struggles to cope. So he mentioned that, sometime he'll put some code in there to just make it cope a little better, but that's like, it's not really, it wasn't supposed to be his job to do it, he just has to do it now, unfortunately, because it is what it is. Lots of work, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's a pity, you know, all this upgrading required, Jan, but we're gonna have to do it here as well. I've got a meeting tomorrow morning with my one supplier. I need to start prepping to get a better machine as well. I really need it. Obviously, when the also stop, we'll go back to the cockpit, and then when we get closer to Joburg, it will start again, and then we can look outside and we'll see. Cluster, it's true, but I don't think I expected it to be so harsh. Then again, my computer that I'm flying with that you guys are looking at now is like 7 years old now. It's time for a new one. Anyway, regardless of simulator, for work and everything else, I need a new one.
Takeoff was great. We will see your landing.
hopefully someone somewhere will make some streaming authos for us as well for Explain. I mean, there's been many attempts to it. I think even back to FSX days, there were guys doing streaming authos. You know, so if you've got a big enough bandwidth and fast enough internet, you should be able to do it. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Otherwise, my 6 terabyte hard drive's lying here. I'll give it a good bash. It's a dual proxy. Yes. Yeah. I mean, we made authos in FSX already. What was that program called? Something to disk or something. Hell, what is it called? I can't remember. That was the offline version. It was just like also for XP. And I mean, we had great fun. In fact, now that I think about it, I think we started in FS9 already doing authos, and then to FSX, P3D, map to disk. Where I can't remember the name now, but anyway, it was something like that. That's interesting, Christer. Oh, looks like we're running out of authos over here. Look, there is like a line. That's it. That's the end of my authos coming from the south to the north. That's it. That's the end for now. And then when we get closer to Joburg, we'll have some authos again. I think in Bloemfontein we should pick up from Bloemfontein onwards. We should have authos. So. Well, to explain. There you go. That is true. Oh man, I remember I was the envy of so many guys here in South Africa when I started showing them. I have actual pictures in my sim. Right, okay, let's get back in the cockpit. Let's see where we're at. I think one of the things I need to do is go get coffee. So we've got a lot of time left. Guys, let's make a break. I'm going to let the aircraft do its thing. I'm going to mute myself and I'm going to go grab coffee. It'll be about 5 or so minutes. Then I'll be back. Suggest you do the same or grab some wine or something, you know.
See you later, Nico.
Yeah.
Right, I'm back.
Hey.
Forgot to rename that file, obviously. Oops. See if we can fix it. Maybe, maybe not. Doesn't like it. Damn it. Ah, it's my stupidity. Yeah, they were asked to stop. If we're talking about the same people, they were asked to stop because there were two groups, and the one group didn't have permission, and the other guy went and spew all his venom all over the internet, and then he got caught out because he was saying some bad things and stuff. So I think he got also told off. But I'm not exactly sure after that exactly what happened. And like I say, if we're speaking of them, I know the two groups of guys who did that. There was a third one that did the PBR stuff as well in the cockpit, but he was politely asked to also stop. So now there's three I can remember just offhand. Yeah. It's the old story, Christer, you don't bite the hand that feeds you. You know, no matter how angry you are, you go and talk to the problem. You don't talk to other people about the problem. And unfortunately, you know, the one guy got caught badly. Chester, I'm not an artist of any sorts. I've got no artistic flair in me. I'm an engineer. Facts matter to me. You know, 1 + 1 is 2, and you know, a millimeter here and a millimeter there matters to me. But I've heard some of these people say that there is a problem with the graphics in the cockpit. Now, I'm honest, I don't see it. I don't know what you're talking about when you say there's a problem with the graphics. And nobody's ever bothered to point things out to me. Now, obviously, if we compare it with the Level Up, and those guys are magnificent artists, okay? They have now enhanced it a little bit, and they've, you know, made a couple of things of their own. And I mean, it's like this whole throttle quadrant. This is a Level Up throttle quadrant that is now used by Zibo, you know. But, you know, he's got the permission to do that, so it's been put in here. Saved old Yeri a little bit of trouble to go and draw it himself, you know, and make it himself. When I look at this, I mean, this is Boeing. How many variants of the Boeings do you know that you are aware of? I mean, I don't see the big problem, to be honest. So maybe you can educate me. I'm open to that, by the way. I'm just admitting to the fact that I'm not an artist. I don't know any better.
saving the situation that just crashed my X-plane, Nico.
Yeah.
Bit bummer. Not a happy bunny. Did you want to answer Wolfgang's question, Nico?
Sorry, I'm on a tangent here. Let's get back to the questions. T7 driver, it was the biggest change in my life to learn how to fly in a 3D cockpit. This was a mind bend for me, but I don't think I can go back to 2D. I had a customer that also did some flight simming. I haven't seen him in like 5 years, but up until about 5 years ago, he was still flying FSX and the PMD G747 in 2D cockpit. That was him. That's all he did. So I don't know. I don't think I can go back. Wolfgang, let's see your question. It seems only one version. Wolfgang, I don't know. I don't update my NVIDIA drivers unless I have to. The only reason I'm using this driver, and I can look up the version for you if you want, is because FS 2020 needed it. Okay, so if you look at your release notes when they update the driver, you will never ever, almost never ever, maybe once in a blue moon, see the word explain in there. They don't cater for explain. The updates has got nothing to do with explain. When Vulcan became a thing, there was like 1 or 2 or 3 that was specifically made and assisted Laminar to get the Vulcan going. But there's no point in just upgrading the driver unless you really want it. Okay, so I'm not sure about a specific one necessary. I'll tell you which one I have if you give me a second, and then you're welcome to go and try it, see if it works on your system. NVIDIA control panel, I think that's where we go to see the version number. Let's see. Display capture, there we go. So if we go to help, system information, I think, yes, there it shows you 517.48. that is what I use. So this is good for explain, and it's good for Vulcan as such, and it's also good for your DirectX 11 and 12 in FS 2020. The beta in FS 2020 in U11 has caused some problems with DirectX 12, so I went back to DirectX 11. But this is a very good one. It works for me, and I hope it'll work for you. I've got a 2070 Super 8 gig graphics card, if that helps you as well. So that's what I use. I don't have a problem with that, but I can't elaborate more on your question. I just don't know any better. I'll probably talk nonsense if I continue, so let's leave it at that. You're welcome. Yes, Christer, and I've got 1 week to complete a massive deadline. So I'm going to be concentrating a little bit there again. Fortunately, I don't feel as sick as the last 3 weeks. Oh my goodness, so glad I went to the doctor and got some antibiotics. Oh my goodness, yeah, don't talk to me about the bloody UPS crashing. Spent a lot of money on one and it lasted 8 months and it was over, dead. Oh, congratulations on your birthday, Christer. I hope you have a good day tomorrow. I'll wish you the same tomorrow again. Yeah. Ooh, check as we go through that cloud. Oh, I missed that. That is real. That's so nice. Man, going through the cloud and getting a bump like that. Look. Oh, I remember the good old days. Cumulus. Yep. I remember back in the day when I was still able to fly a bit. When you go into the clouds, it's like having a tar road versus a concrete road. You immediately know it all changes. The sound changes, the feel changes, the shaking. Sometimes it feels like you're driving over a road that's just been plowed, you know, something like this. Oh, so cool. That was lovely to see. Turbulence. That's turbulence. I use XP Realistic, and that's an added sound it puts in when you have turbulence. So what happened was we went over that cumulus, and as we went over it, we obviously hit the thermals and stuff, you know, over the top there, and it was what was shaking us, you know, as we were going through. I mean, that was just so cool. Wow. Yeah, we're getting closer. Cheerio, Christer. Stay well, sleep well. Talk in the week. Yeah, you always do. It still doesn't look like orthos, so we have to wait a wee while longer, it seems, to get them again. I'm pretty sure I would have made it here as well, but who knows, who knows, who knows. Doesn't look like it. Beg your pardon, sir. Well, we're getting there. 60 nautical miles to top of descent.
Ready for descent procedure.
Right, here's where the auto seemed to start again. There we go, there's the line. Oh, this is past Welcome, close to Kroonstad. But there you go, there we have the auto starting again. What a difference, look at that. Immediate difference. When we get the autos going for 12, the proper, explain 12 once, I'll definitely do all of it. Then I won't skip the internal side of, you know, the Karoo and the whole desert. I might as well do it. I'll do it at a lower resolution, but I'm definitely going to put something in there. Right, top of descent 18 nautical miles, almost there.
Approach top of descent.
Right, so the plan is we're going to pass the airport on the left hand side, so we'll do a right downwind for runway 21 left, which is the default landing runway. We're going to skip over to 1 right, and unless the ATC tell us not to do so, we'll do that. There is no ATC, so that's cool. And then we'll just taxi back to the apron and park and call it a good night. So that river that you see over there, that's the Vaal River, and the Vaal Dam is going to be somewhere on that side. Don't know if we're going to be able to see it from here, but it's there. Right, now as a matter of interest, this little town over here is called Parys, and in English it's Paris. So in Afrikaans Parys, My mother-in-law used to stay there. My grandparents used to stay there many years ago. There's a little GA airfield. We can actually see it. It's somewhere here on the outskirts, somewhere here next to the road, somewhere. The clouds does not help. Anyway, oh, there it is. There's the airfield. There you go. Okay, Thunder, enjoy. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye. You can see these autos were taken mainly in winter or sometime because usually it's nice and green over here. Yes, yeah. This is the N1 coming from Bloemfontein to Joburg. This is probably Orange Farm, if I'm guessing correctly, over here as well. And the other side, that's Vereniging van der Bijl. That would be more van der Bijl, I think. No, it's not even. We've just gone past Vereniging, yeah, so it's more van der Bijl, that's right. So Vereniging, we've passed that, should be part of van der Bijl. Interesting. This is what makes also fun, because you can try and see where you're at that's Soweto over there. That's just gone past Cebu King and those places, so that's Soweto coming up there. There you've got Joburg. We have to get closer to see more of the buildings, I suppose, but that's Joburg city over there. Yeah, I'm doing it specifically for the authors. This flight is on request that I'm doing here to show the people the authors in Explain 11. Right, there's Joburg International, and somewhere here we should see Rand Airport. Why can't I see it? Should be there. That should be Rand Airport, next to the lake. Or is it that one? No, that's not that one. It must be this one. Okay, I missed it. Let's see if we can spot it this way. Pilot, we're going to be testing a lot on Explain 11. Remember, the idea is to keep on developing both the Zibo for Explain and for Explain 12, and there's some big stuff coming now, so in the coming days we're going to have to ride Explain 11 a lot with Explain 12 obviously then as well. I don't know if that angle is going to be good enough. Let's do this. Yeah, that's the runway, and there's the other runway. That is definitely the Rand Airport over there, right next to the lake. Yep. There you can see Joburg City now nicely. For those of you that watch rugby, that's Alice Park over there. Just to put you in the picture. And there's the soccer stadium over there, that one, the old Calabash. Lovely. So that runway, that side is the one we're going to land on. That one. Right, that is, I suppose, Santon. They Explain 12 version of it anyway. That little piece of land is the economic heart of Africa, I suppose, if you can call it that, that little piece there. Here's Lanseria Airport over there, FALA. My house should be somewhere over here. Can't really judge from this angle, but it's somewhere there. Right, I'm switching to heading select because of the turns and stuff we're gonna have to do now, because we need to vector ourselves. There's still one more weapon, doesn't matter. You know what I did? I forgot to switch on my because damn it. See, we've got some nice turbulence again. Wow. Well, we need to descend to 8,000. Hopefully we'll get there soon. Come on, look. Do this, pull the speed brake. Really increasing the rate of descent there.
Flight level 100. Landing lights switches on. Approaching transition. Flaps 5 set.
Well, for those of you who know, that's Waterkloof Air Force Base over there. And that one over there, that's Swartkops Air Force Base.
Localizer capture.
Right, here we go. That's the airport ahead of us. Water brake, speed brake.
Transition level.
Beg your
Ready
pardon.
for approach checklist. 1000 to
Seat
level up.
belts and all. 024, still active. It's fine.
Flaps 15 set.
Radio altimeter.
Glide slope capture. Flaps 30 set. Ready for landing checklist. Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for landing.
Thousand feet, stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set.
Taxi lights on.
Approaching 21 left.
Cleared to land runway 21 left.
400. 300. Approaching decision height. 200. Minimums. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed break up.
after landing procedure.
After landing procedure. Flaps up set.
Thank you, Owen. Yeah, I liked it. It was
After
not bad.
landing procedure complete.
Right, let's get to the apron and shut down. So guys, welcome to Johannesburg. Hope you enjoyed the flight. I see we cycled through quite a bit of viewers every now and then, but thanks for the guys who stuck it out with me. Thank you Owen and Mac for staying with me on Discord. Thunder had to go, unfortunately.
But there's still lots of
Nicely done, Nico. Thank you.
No worries. Look at these cowboys. Look. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? So weird.
Oh, this one is nice.
Crazy. If Lima is open, Lima taxiway should be open. Not sure if there's parked aircraft on it. We'll take a chance.
Those guys managed to have frontal crashes on the airport as well, huh?
I'm sure.
In real life.
Okay. They're strange.
autosave on the last flight. Saved disastrously.
Ouch. One of those 8 gig files again.
No. Situation saves rather than autosave, sorry. Yeah, didn't want to know. Got some more homework to do here.
Approaching 03 left.
I'm going to have to leave you, Nico. I'm fine.
It's fine, Mac. It's fine. I'm just parking. I'll be out of here in 2 minutes myself. You must have a great rest of your evening.
Yeah, not feeling too good at the moment. Catch you later.
Okay, let me know.
See you, Mac. Success.
Shutdown procedure.
Shutdown procedure.
That one.
Ready for shutdown procedure.
I'm not sure if this is not okay. What? Yeah, Travis, we like to live our dreams on the PC. If flying is in your blood and you can't do it anymore in the real world for whatever reason, this is a nice second best. I'm not sure if this is a SAM-1, it looks like it.
Shutdown procedure complete. Ready for shutdown checklist.
There we go, we made it. Ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed it and thank you for watching. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna just let this play out, but I'm stopping the stream now and I'm gonna go sleep. It's almost 11 PM here, so we'll talk again in the week. Have fun, whatever you do.
Yeah, see you, Nico.
Okay, bye.
I'll fly for another hour, another half hour.